Tennessee Valley across the table brings locals, often strangers with different views, together to have a conversation, not to debate issues, but to learn who we are as people. I'm Will Davis, and this series is inspired by StoryCorps and produced and edited by my honors students at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. This episode is by Sydnee Hope.
This conversation between Rene Howard and Brandon Newell was recorded in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 2022. Despite differing in political beliefs, they find common ground in how passionate they are with the voting process.
What are your hopes for the future?
Specifically, like politics, or?
We can start off with that.
Okay. I think just having more engaging debate, I think having higher voter turnout, just having people more interested in the political process. It's just very interesting how many people are just completely unaware of politics because it's too much or they don't want to deal with politics. But really, politics is everyday decisions. I mean, these things affect you. Even like school board and local stuff affects you massively. What are your hopes for the future?
I'd say that some of mine are similar to yours. I do wish our debates were a little bit more engaging and we saw actual policy in them instead of just insulting each other or bringing media fire into it. We're not seeing anything serious from our candidates. You can't just go around saying, well, you're old, well, you're older. Like, what's that accomplishing?
Right.
What's that telling people when they go to vote? That's not saying anything other than, well, this person was the loudest at the debate, so they must know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely some things that I hope for more than others, but making sure that people get out and vote, I think that's so important.
Yeah.
We live in a country that we get the right to vote. It's completely free. People fought for your right to vote, so I think you need to get out and make sure you vote.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the things that our generation definitely has the tools to do. We have social media. Let's use it for good.
Mm-hmm.
I've met so many people that don't even know who our local representatives are.
Right.
I feel like we definitely need people better educated about politics in general.
My parents always, whenever I grew up watching them, I would always go to the polls with them, and I would watch them do the little round thing, and then you click it, and I always thought that was so cool. When you get your little sticker, you have to wear that everywhere and post about it. But they always said, you can't complain about what's going on if you don't vote.
Yeah,
And
I heard that same thing from my parents.
Yes, and I think that's so important on both sides of the aisle to teach kids and teach people, and you shouldn't be out there complaining if you're not going to vote for your representatives.
That was Brandon Newell and Rene Howard, and I am Sydnee Hope, an honors student majoring in psychology at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. I produced this piece with help from Will Davis, my classmates, and the UTC PodLab.